Hi everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Fireside Chats with me, Alex Hammond, your candidate for Assembly for the 116th District here in the North Country. Our topic for the day is going to be the Second Amendment and gun reform. It's a hot topic again this week, especially for people up here in the North Country, and especially for me, something that I'm very passionate about. I am a strong supporter of the Second Amendment, and that has come from my experiences both as a hunter, growing up in the North Country here, hunting with my dad and other family members, as well as having a family member who owns a gun shop over in Lisbon, and also my military experience. So I've been in the National Guard since I was 18, United States Army. I'm an officer, and I strongly believe that as long as you have the proper training, that anybody should be able to possess a firearm if they can both show proper training and also show that they can pass a very extensive background check. I think that's kind of across the board what a lot of people think, and I'm right there with you. I think if any person can pass a background check that is very good and extensive, then they should have the right to the Second Amendment under the United States Constitution, and I would fight for that as your assemblyman in Albany. One thing I want to kind of talk about is the training aspect. So being in the Army, like I said, I've been in since I was 18, and one thing about the Army is they trust 18-year-olds with high velocity, high powered firearms because they are trained on them. One of the first things you do is you learn how to take the weapon apart, put it back together. In the elite units, blindfold, right? So these people know their weapon inside and out. And it's kind of, one of those things you see in the movies, like this is my rifle. There are many like it, but this is mine. It's that type of mentality, really. It's knowing the weapon, knowing what the weapon can do, and also knowing how to use it properly and safely. So that's my experience as far as the safety aspect goes, and that's why I support hunter safety courses, and that's why I support any type of NRA class or any type of class that people can, get some more training in firearms safety. Another aspect that I'd like to discuss is the background checks, right? So I think that we really should, as members of our society, put as much effort as we do as some people do into keeping the guns out of the hands of bad people. I think we should put as much effort into putting guns in the hands of people who can pass those background checks, people who are good. So I think there's kind of a disparity out there right now where, we really are trying really hard not to let people who are bad get guns, and I'm totally for that. But I think we also forget about making it, not exactly easy, but if someone can pass that background check, they should be able to, I don't know if easy is the right word to use, but they should be able to access weapons if they can pass that background check. Recently in St. Lawrence County, we had an intern judge who decided to make it available for people to have pistol permits with concealed carry without a sports restriction. I'm glad that, a couple weeks ago I put in my paperwork proving that I'm a military trained person, and I got my restrictions off. And I'm proud that I, can be a pistol owner and have a concealed carry permit. And I anybody who can pass that background check and wants a weapon should exercise that right to have it. And I'll fight for that in Albany when I'm down there. I think there's a lot of people, whether we know it or not, from New York City who love to come up here and hunt and want to be able to have access to firearms that they actually can't down there because of their laws. So we need to make sure that we are watching out for the North Country, and that's what I want to do down in Albany, is watch out for the North Country in a lot of different ways, not just in the Second Amendment. But that's my thought on the Second Amendment and gun reforms. If you want to comment on this video, about this video, or on future videos what you'd like to see, please do so. And we'll see you next time for Fireside Chats. Thanks, guys.